stop. Before you look for your dream home, you better find out if you know what you want versus what you need. Now, if these two areas are a little blurred for you, you're going to want to watch the rest of this video and help to streamline your home buying process. Hey everybody, it's Otis McAlaster with Keller Realty Roanoke and the Hogan Home Team, your knowledge broker for buying and selling a home in the Blue Ridge. And if you're in this day and age, you're able to shop anywhere at any time for anything. And it's really important with all that access that you know what you're looking for before you start your home search. If you've been thinking about buying a home, then you've probably already started looking at different things, maybe Pinterest, or you've seen things on television or other outlets. And these things will sometimes sort of color your vision with a sort of rose-colored glass mentality. This can blur the lines between what you actually need in a home for you and your family versus what you just want in a home. Do you really need that farmhouse sink in the kitchen? Or maybe do you need a two-car garage versus having a man cave? Are these things necessities, or are they just conveniences? Something that could be put off for a renovation in the project in the future. These are important things that you need to figure out. That's why the very first step is not necessarily getting pre-approved. If you've got a good realtor, then first step is to do a buyer needs analysis. You see, with a buyer needs analysis, not only can you get pre-approved because you have a realtor that has connections that can get you with the right lenders so that you can find the right program that will work for you, you can simultaneously do a buyer needs analysis. This will help him to narrow down and help you to focus in on exactly what first you need in a home. Do I need to be in a certain school district? Do I need to have so many bedrooms? Do I need to have an open floor plan? Do I need a home that can have things put in for special needs? Do I need extra room because I have a lot of stuff? Do I need a square footage limit or amount that I have got to have? These things are important, and they help us to hone in and get a good picture of the exact property and different amenities that you need in a home. Then, simultaneously, while we're doing the pre-approval, we'll get an amount for a budget, and we can take the things we figured out in the buyer needs analysis and marry them with that budget and find the right property for you. This is the real first step in doing your home search. And any realtor that doesn't do a buyer needs analysis should be avoided. If you want help with a buyer needs analysis, you can see me. These are completely free, and I'd love to consult you on it. Must-haves. If a property does not have the must-have items in it, then you probably shouldn't even be looking at it. Those would be things like the school district, or the amount of bedrooms the house has, or the amount of square footage the house has, or whether or not it's rural or in the city. Other things like that that you cannot get around because of your situation, your family, or your specific needs. These things cannot be erased. It's important to put these things first and to lead with these things when you do your home search. Everything else comes up second. The next on the list is wants. Now, these wants are things that might be important, however, they're not must-haves, or they're not deal breakers. They're things that I'd like to have, but I don't necessarily need them to make the house work for me and my family. And it's very important for me to know that. A good realtor will get your must-haves first, and then try to get as many of your desires or wants as he can possibly. If you can get all your needs and most of your wants, you're probably going to find the house that you want. This will make your home search take a whole lot less time. You see, you don't want to look at a whole bunch of houses. Looking at a lot of houses can actually be counterproductive, because when you look at a lot of property, you'll begin to see, wow, I really like that yard, but man, I love that location, and wow, didn't it have a great kitchen, and man, what about that fireplace? And in your mind, you'll try to put all those things together and find a property that has all those things. Problem is, that property doesn't exist anywhere except in your mind. The only thing alternative that you have is new construction. Now, if new construction is an option for you, that's great. But if it's not, and you're dealing with retail or used properties, then you're going to want to narrow that down, to narrow your focus, to get a difference between your must-haves and get those first. After that, then we can get some of those wants. We can use that as a criteria for looking at properties. We can save ourselves a lot of time, headache, and hassle. Bottom line, having this list fleshed out before you start looking, knowing the difference between your must-haves and your desires or just wants is going to save you a lot of time and frustration. It's also going to let your realtor know exactly what features are most important to you before he starts showing you properties. The last thing any realtor should want to do is overload you with a whole bunch of properties that you're really not interested in. And anybody that does that doesn't really care about you or what your needs are. My name is Otis McAlaster. I'm with Keller Williams Realty Roanoke, and I'd love to schedule you for a free buyer needs analysis. All you have to do is let me know, and I'll set one up for you. Until then, it's been me, Otis McAlaster, your knowledge broker for buying or selling a home in the Blue Ridge, and I'll see you next time.